Amid the ongoing redistricting problem, Texas Democrats are fleeing the Lone Star State to avoid congressional map voting, and they joined California Democrats, including Governor Newsom, right here in the Golden State. Fox 40 Capitol reporter Eytan Wallace was with the Texas Democratic delegation and the governor today and joins us here at 5:30 with more on their message.
Yeah, the delegation of Texas Democrats traveled more than 1,500 miles from their state capital to our state capital, right here at the California Governor's Mansion. Thank you. Applause for California Governor Gavin Newsom from Democratic leaders representing the Lone Star State and the Golden State. Those who came here to the California Governor's Mansion included a who's who of big-name Democrats, from former U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to California State Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas and Senate President pro tempore Mike McGuire, not to mention the delegation from Texas fleeing their state to prevent the Texas State Legislature from having a quorum to vote on new congressional maps.
We are here to give hope to others to stand up and be courageous in this moment.
Texas State Representative Ann Johnson and her fellow Democrats praised Newsom as he pledges to fight President Donald Trump's plan, calling on Republicans in the Texas legislature to redraw congressional districts in the Lone Star State. The idea, per Trump, is to shift 5 Democratic-leaning districts into Republican-leaning districts, all with the goal to pick up 5 GOP U.S. House seats in the 2026 midterm election.
And what's happening in the United States of America is not normal. We cannot allow this to be considered normal. We have got to step up.
Step up is exactly what he says he's doing. Specifically, he says if Texas Republicans move forward with their plan, then Newsom would consider a plan to redraw California's 52 congressional districts to help Democrats pick up U.S. House seats statewide in the 2026 midterm election. He makes clear, though, any newly redrawn congressional district maps part of his new plan would need to be approved by California voters in a special election this November.
It wasn't our decision to be here, it's reaction to. We are trying to defend democracy as opposed to see it destroyed district by district.
It's not wrong in what we're doing. This is self-defense for our democracy.
We will not allow Trump's Republican Party to rig this system and take permanent control of the U.S. House of Representatives. We are prepared, and we will fight fire with fire.
Newsom acknowledges his plan means changing how the state has drawn maps since 2010, when California voters approved an independent redistricting commission made up equally of members from both parties to draw congressional maps statewide. Newsom's plan would temporarily suspend the commission through 2030.
And we are not talking about eliminating that commission. We are talking about emergency measures to respond to what's happening in Texas, and we will nullify what happens in Texas.
As for the Texas Democrats who left their state, Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott has threatened to arrest them and kick them out of office.
We are running from nothing. We are running to the front lines.
California Assembly Republican leader James Gallagher responding with this social media post aimed at Texas Democrats. Quote, "You left like cowards. I'm in the minority battling unconstitutional redistricting in California, but I'm not running away. I'm going to fight the tyrant Gavin Newsom. Today, are you or your colleagues really going to stand beside him? Maybe time you'll go on back home." So just what will California's new congressional maps look like? Well, Governor Newsom says he has not seen them and they're not final. But State Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas says he expects initial renderings released next week. Reporting at the Governor's Mansion in Sacramento, I'm Eytan Wallace. Back to you in the studio.